to make this monstrosity, we of course need to give it some aluminum bones and then slap on some tin foil to fluff it out. Then it gets a nice helping of clay. We're gonna wrap the body, and I was gonna wrap the legs in the super Sculpey that I use for the body, but then opted for Cosclay as it adds a little allows for more flexibility that is going to be helpful later on. Next, we are going to need some talons. So I have some pre-baked ones that are just going to squish in there, and then do a little shaping of the legs, and then we'll move on to making the face. Just shape out the face here, give it its real beginnings, gotta get your face on in the morning, and that includes pushing in those eye orbs, as we do every morning. Yeah, this is just kind of a beginning face, and I'm just gonna shape out some of the details using one of these silicone tools, really define those cheekbones, really want to make sure that we're getting all those finer details, and give her here just a little mouth, for all that singing and smiling that harpies love to do. It's part of their thing. Yeah, then we're gonna shape the face a little bit more, add in some nostrils. Given what a harpy is, the face details are really important. I know you might be looking at this monstrosity and like, wow, I would never fall for that. But you know what? It's not all about looks. The harpy is a singer. She sings her fun song, and these are fun 80s songs, especially because this is a Barbie. Which, if you haven't caught on, is kind of like a Barbie-inspired version of the harpy. Now we're just going to add on some feathers, or rather the wings, and then some little flocking to add in, kind of puff out the chest, so to speak. Now here is our kind of base, and I add a little bit more to the nose, make it a little bit more beaky, the play into it being a bird. And then we'll just add in the tail feathers for these. I kind of went more peacock-esque, so we're going to do some long tail feathers, add on individually, and we're just going to shape out with the silicone tool, kind of give that some nice texture. Along with, I'm also going to use a wire brush here in a second, just to add in and kind of the individual pieces of the feathers, really kind of fluff those out. And here is the beginnings of the hair. So I kind of just got a general shape of the hair, and kind of gonna make some silicone, use a silicone tool to kind of divide it. I made a feather stamp to add on the texture for the hair here. Everything's baked. I'm just gonna coat everything in kind of a white base coat, except for the legs for the most part. We're going to want to keep those kind of that gray that they already are, and the face. And also we're going to do that along with the hair as well. Everything get a nice white base coat, because we're going to want these pinks to really pop. And, I use various shades of hots and more muted pinks. Got to add in some variation, it's kind of, giving flamingo. I like to imagine the Barpie has a large diet of, shrimp, along with human flesh. And so between the shrimp and then rubbing on the blood onto the feathers, really gets those pink and red hues that you will see on the Barpie. And then the hair is going to get various golds and some yellows, kind of give it that blonde look. Then we want some nice crystal blue eyes, and we're going to just fill out the colors here. And we're going to do a very sloppy job of doing eyeliner. And as you can see, it looks awful. The camera does not want to focus on it at all. Give her some big pupils here, you know, just make her so cute. And that's some lipstick, you know. Onto more of the detail work. She gets a magenta wash, you know, really highlights some of the, you know, underlying features, really makes those details pop. Now you'll see here is I actually thought the face was horrendous, and in a way that I didn't like. So also the head was not, when I positioned it, was facing downward. So I decided to just saw the neck out. I also kind of opened up the mouth, gave her, you know, a much bigger, more beaky smile. You know, I feel like she's looking a lot happier, a lot more bird-like here. And you know, this is kind of what we want. And we're just gonna position the neck and then fill out these other parts with clay, just kind of, you know, fill in where we cut off. And we're gonna also just add in clay all around to the rest of the head, and except for the face. And so we're gonna kind of texturize this, kind of give it like a downy feather look. I like to imagine these are, you know, kind of these under feathers. And I kind of want a little ham on the stippling there with that brush. So we're gonna take some isopropyl alcohol, and then I'm just gonna use this tool, pre-made roller tool. Make the head feathers. We're gonna take some wire. We're just gonna put on some Cosclay. That way we can bend the head feathers to, you know, look however we want them to look. Now at this point, I thought I was just going to use the head feathers because I wasn't really happy with how the wig came out, and then also because of all the stuff I added to how I changed the head, it didn't really fit in the same way it used to. But onto the more face detail. So we're going to add in some kind of repaint the face, get some base coats here, some red for that smile, and a little bit of flesh tone for the flesh. I also added a little shimmer to kind of give it that beachy, shimmery vibe. You know, she's a beach girl. She likes to spend her time on the beach, calling out to anybody who will listen to her song. You know, she's just here for a good time. She just looks into your eyes with her crystal blue eyes. She is really wide-eyed and happy to be here. And then we're just going to add in some shading, kind of bring out some of the face features with like a nice brown wash. And we're just going to just dot on some pupils. We're going to go a little bit smaller this time with the pupils than we did last time, you know. Went a little overkill with the large pupils last time. And yeah, we're just gonna fill out these downy feathers with they also got a nice shade of pink, you know, to complement the rest of the body, which pretty much primarily all of her feathers are pink, except for her crest feathers, which are gold and yellow. So this actually variety is evolved from a much older variety, which actually had white crest feathers because they kind of imitated the powder wig look. These actually migrated over from England with the colonists who came over and colonized America, as they were known to do, and then evolved with the changing culture, which is you know, a big thing about harpies. They like to evolve and change with whatever culture is going around at the time, whatever suits their needs best. And now you can see here, kind of give her some little cute little pigtails that I think look awful. So I kind of bring back out the wig, as I like to call it, and I cut it so that, and then glued it into place to kind of give me the base for the hair. And then I kind of just started to slip in the other hairs and then glue on these top feathers, you know, kind of just give everything a gold wash. And then I kind of made the under hair golder to kind of just fill out the hair and the details. And then I, off camera, I added a little eyeliner and some eyelashes, added some resin into the mouth. I also made these fun little skulls because, you know what, she eats regularly. You know, she's very successful at what she does. That's how these harpies operate. So, you know, these is the bones of her last victim, as you would call it. We're just gonna give them a nice bone white wash here, a little stippling, make it kind of so we don't have the stroke marks of the brush. And yeah, on to filling out those lips a little bit more. We used some food coloring, a little resin here to kind of give her that those popping lips. You know, she gets all the boys and girls, really whoever will come listen to her. Yeah, and then we're just gonna add in some eyeshadow, which was this nice lime green. Then we're gonna take some resin with some more red food coloring, and we're just gonna bloody up the bones a bit, you know, because like these are obviously picked pretty much clean, but you know they're not too old. They still have some bits, some little pieces on them. And I put them in our base with a mix of sand and Mod Podge and some yellow and gold paints, along with some mica powder that kind of giving it that shimmery shine look. And then, of course, we're going to add in some water because otherwise this would just be a desert and not a beach. And I'm not sure what the desert harpy would look like. Maybe I'll come up with one of those later down the line. But yeah, so we're just going to add in our water, and then after 24 hours, it's nice and dry and we can work with it again. I'm going to take some clear caulking, and I'm just going to squeeze on a bunch and then use some isopropyl alcohol and a gloved finger to make the waves, kind of give it that tide coming in look. Then we're just going to do some detail work. And then with a little stipple work, we're going to add in some foam for the beach here, anywhere that you would think foam would naturally occur. Kind of give some movement to the water, more so than just the waves. And I didn't like how gold everything was looking, so I went back and I added in some just Mod Podge and sand by themselves to the base. And then that's going to be it. We're going to throw on the Barpie, and that's our scene. And that was the Barpie. If you enjoyed that, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button and let me know if there's anything in particular you would like to see next time. And yeah, otherwise, you have a great rest of your day.